Your idea about there being this God calculation is so fascinating.
The feeling that our life is not random, our universe is special. They would fall apart into a cloud of neutrinos and electrons. Our universe has stable protons, out of which you can create elements, out of which you could create DNA, out of which you can create life. That's a miracle.
The great majority of scientists of varying worldview persuasions accept that the universe is fine-tuned for life.
Joe Rogan has Michio Kaku on his channel, and he starts to talk about how there is something to design, and I think it points to a creator, and it's absolutely amazing to see. So let's get right into it.
It seems to there's like a code to it, which is why your idea about there being this God calculation is so fascinating. It seems like it just moves in a very certain way. And it's all connected to each other in some way that we're, as human beings, just sort of starting to understand.
Well, there is a theory that says that the Big Bang went in a direction compatible to life, and that other universes may not be compatible with life. They may be lifeless collections of electrons and neutrinos, for example. But our universe is special. Our universe has stable protons, out of which you could create atoms, out of which you could create DNA, out of which you can create people. How many universes have that property? So string theory, for example, gives you other universes which are probably dead universes, universes which have no life. But our universe has stable protons, stable DNA, stable forms of life. So our universe is rare. So this is called the the anthropic principle.
Maybe because of God, just question mark?
The feeling that our life is not random. Our universe is special. Our universe is special in the sense that it didn't have to have life, but it does. And life in a spectacular array of diversity. So our universe really is special.
But is it special because we don't know of any other universes? So
yeah, but the other universes that we played with, mathematically speaking, are not compatible with life. Stars burn out too quickly. Galaxies simply fall apart. Protons disintegrate. It's very hard to create a universe which is stable. So some people think that our universe is special among all the different kinds of universes, that our universe is unique because it's compatible with stable protons and DNA.
But it's hard for most people to even grasp the concept of other types of universes or other universes, period, or the fact there may be an infinite number of universes.
Well, that's the multiverse. String theory probably has an infinite number of possible universes. We are probably the only one that has life in them. We're not sure about that, of course. But these other universes are collections of dead subatomic particles, a mist, a floating mist of dead subatomic particles that don't do anything. If the proton were not stable, then our universe also would be like that. Our universe would disintegrate almost instantly. The fact that our proton is stable is quite remarkable.
Do you believe that that's unusual?
Unusual. In fact, maybe unique. There are probably very few universes with stable protons. You see, string theory gives you many, many diverse solutions. So we can actually look at these other alternate universes, and we see that they're not compatible with life.
And why do you think that, but if the proton is stable here, what would it be about these other universes? Like what qualities would they possess where it wouldn't be stable there?
Everything would decay down to electrons and neutrinos. So it would be a gas, a cloud of electrons and neutrinos, which are the lowest state of matter. You can't get any lower than an electron and neutrino. That's the lowest state. So these universes would basically disintegrate. They would fall apart into a cloud of neutrinos and electrons. Our universe has stable protons, out of which you can create elements, out of which you could create DNA, out of which you can create life. That's a miracle.
So it's just because of these calculations that have you done that
you hear that? That's a miracle. Praise God. Right there. Keep on watching, guys, because I have a Bible verse to tie all of this together, and I just think he continued the points to a designer, a creator, like what in the world is going on? Maybe because there's a God. Maybe because there's a God who created the entire universe, perfectly designed it so that we could thrive on this earth. Yes, there's bad things happening, but you can see the beauty in all of it.
Where it says if the universe had different properties, you would think that this is rare.
Very rare.
Because there's so many other possibilities of how the universe could
If stars burnt out more quickly, for example, because the nuclear force was stronger, stars would never ignite. If the nuclear force were weaker, stars would never form to begin with. If gravity were too strong, we would have had a big crunch and we'd all die in a gigantic fireball. If gravity were too weak, we'd all freeze to death because we would have a big crunch, a big freeze. So all the parameters of the universe are tuned just right to allow for life.
Wow.
Now, there's two ways of looking at it. One way that some physicists have proposed is that we are the crowning achievement. We are the only universe that's stable, that has life, that has the diversity that creates life. The other possibility is that there are just lots of dead universes, and we just won the crapshoot.
Doesn't that possibility jive more with the state of the universe as we understand it? Because we're always looking for these Goldilocks planets, which are very rare, which may inhabit life or may have life on it. But we look at our own solar system, and there's just us.
In other words, there could be a Goldilocks zone for universes.
Yes,
The
just like there is
Goldilocks
for
zone
planets.
for solar systems, of course, is the
Yeah.
Earth is not too far from the sun, not too close. But we could be in the Goldilocks zone of possible universes. And that's why we're here today to talk
Wow.
about it.
So, but there also could be an infinite number of universes like ours, and also an infinite number of universes that are completely incompatible for life.
That's right. This is what I do for a living. We work with these. We work in the multiverse.
Yeah, no wonder why you don't watch YouTube.
I think this is getting to like the Tower of Babel place where we try to be our own God, trying to like make it to heaven on our own type thing. And that's where it becomes dangerous. I think God's going to come back before that, because that's what it comes down to when humanity thinks that they can do things on their own, become God on their own. Yeah, it's wild stuff. Now I want to play a video here from a Christian perspective.
Constants of physics are themselves delicately balanced or fine-tuned. So let's imagine what we might call a universe generator. If we alter their settings even by a little, something like the tiny, tiny probability of winning the national lottery 6 weeks in a row, that's the kind of accuracy a marksman would need to hit a coin at the far side of the observable universe. The great majority of scientists of varying worldview persuasions accept that the universe is fine-tuned for life. Take your choice. Blind chance that requires multitudes of universes, or design that requires only one.
You've spoken about the intelligence.
So that's amazing. I encourage you all to go to Jesus today. Know that he loves you. He's longing to have a relationship with you. Put him first. Guys, love and appreciate you. If you haven't, please consider coming alongside me and becoming a member on my YouTube channel. If you want to support me in any way, that would mean the world. And yeah, love and appreciate you all.